Hello, I'm Fred Satilli. About a week ago, 200 real nice people and I sat for 2 days and listened to the tutelage of Bobby Lawrence. And I really appreciated the things he said. He told a lot of stories that went in lots of different directions and everything, but he promoted a lot of good factual information, and a lot of the people in the audience appreciated that. It's what we came for. And I sat there and I absorbed a lot of it. A lot of it applied to me, and I took a couple of pages of notes. But the entire time, I had a real yeah but feeling. Yeah but, and it took me several days now to come to terms with what it was that was bothering me. And so before I start, I want to say that I myself am attacking a legal issue with the administrative process. Bobby Lawrence talked a lot about the administrative process, and he knows quite a bit about it. And I learned that, and I've talked to quite a few experts about it and watched a lot of stuff on YouTube, and I've read some books and everything, and been studying now for a good long time. And I and a whole large group of people are trying to make a better world. And in our, there's a lot of ways to make a better world, right? You can make medical advances and you could make artistic advances, but some real serious problems that we're having in all walks of life right now are legal problems that are created by the government, and the government abuses the population with the administrative process. So it's really, really relevant. It's relevant virtually pretty much to anybody. And so, I want to win my case, and I want to win it. I'm going to address it through the administrative process. But the yeah, but part of it is that, do I really want to win that way? So the way I look at it is this. You have a real nice lady driving home on her own street where she lives. And she's going down the street at a prudent speed, at a reasonable speed of 38 miles an hour. And she's governed by her conscience, by her ability to handle the car, and by the obstacles that may or may not be around her. So she's driving in a way that's not hazardous or anything. But somebody stops her, and they tell her that there's a sign, and on the sign it says 25, and she's going 28. So now he gets to take $1,000 from her. Because of the administrative process, he's allowed to get $1,000 from her. It may be any amount, 500, 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is in the administrative process. Somebody somewhere wrote some words on a piece of paper. Now, this woman was governed by what I call God's law. It's your conscience. It's, you're not hurting anybody, you're not damaging any property, and you're minding your own business. And now you've had this imposition put upon you through administrative law. Now, this should not happen. This can't happen. In a moral society, that poor woman should not be victimized in this way. But we all allow it, don't we? We all allow it. Some of us even applaud it. She herself may be indoctrinated to believe that she has done something wrong. Now, the Bobby Lawrence style solution may be, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but this is as an example. He may tell you to fight this using the administrative process. So you may investigate the officer, and you may find out that that officer has to take an oath of office before he becomes an officer. And it's important with syntax to know what an officer means. Anyway, you may find that he does not have an oath of office on file, and without the oath of office on file, he doesn't really have the authority to stop you and to victimize you this way. So now you would go before a magistrate or judge, or whatever word is appropriate for that guy sitting up there who thinks that he's, somebody special. and you present this to him, and he may exonerate you. You say that the officer was not allowed to do that, and so you win your case through the administrative process. But here's my snag. But you don't want to win that way. I mean, you want to win. You won. You did good. I hope I win. I'm going to do this. But you really don't want to win that way. What you want to happen is for somebody to say, officer, don't victimize this nice lady. There's no reason for her to give somebody $1,000. This is a terrible thing to do to her. Don't do this again. She didn't hurt anybody. She wasn't going to hurt anybody. It was a sunny afternoon. She was in control of the car. It wasn't driving erratically or anything. Don't do this to people. You're wrong to do this. So officer, I hope you're going to learn your lesson and mend your ways and, take care of the people. Don't victimize them, all right? That's really what you want to happen. So Bobby, he taught us that it's really, really important, and a friend of mine, this was her major takeaway, is that you need to know the exact meaning of the words that you're saying, because the administrative process is created to exploit a misused word or a misunderstood word, and believe me, they will hold you to everything you say, even if your message is not clear, And he's not wrong to tell us this. He's right to teach us this. This is reality. You go to face these people, they want to hurt you. And they've created an incredible form of syntax where you're not educated in their tricky little game, and they can get you. And that's what they want to do, and that's what they do. And because you're overwhelmed by the experience, pretty much people accept it. They think that it's right for some reason. And when I win a case, I want to win because the judge or the court or the jury or whoever it is understand that I am a moral man who has not done anything wrong. I don't want to win because I know the difference between a citizen and a denizen. If I say I'm a citizen, when I should have said I'm a denizen, I don't want to lose on that technicality. I want the moral issue to be the point, not the tricky little sneaky rotten syntax trick. So anyway, in our world, we all disdain slavery. We don't want slavery. And we don't have visible slavery. There's a lot of slavery in our world. These people that are being brought over, the illegal aliens, they're forced to do labor, and they're forced into all kind of horrible things that they would not do voluntarily, and they're not compensated for it. So that's the very definition of slavery. Now, the reason that we don't have slavery in the Western world, even though we really still do, is because society has decided that it's immoral, not because some guy wrote on a paper, y'all can't do that no mo. You see what I'm saying? Do you see the difference between a moral judgment and a tricky little syntax thing? I hope you see the difference here, because this was my dilemma through the entire 2 days. The administration process. Yeah. Look, the goal of communication is to get your idea from your brain into someone else's brain and to get their idea into your brain. The two of you have to go back and forth, open-minded, questioning, being kind, being introspective. You try to understand what that person is saying. You try to get them to understand you. And when the two of you have a complete understanding of how you both feel and you both think about whatever the subject may be, then you're ready to come to some kind of conclusion. You may find that you agree with them more than your original feeling, or they may find that they agree with you. It's very unusual to have it where you reach an impasse. Usually an impasse is only because somebody's being selfish or they have an agenda and they can't They can't allow your feelings and your thoughts and your ideas, they can't allow it for whatever external reason there may be. Usually two open-minded human beings can find common ground on anything. You know, there is nothing I hate more than somebody saying to me, "You said." Because when somebody says, "You said," what they're saying is, I heard something and I interpreted it my way without a complete understanding. And now I'm holding you to what my understanding is, my incomplete or erroneous understanding. That's what they're saying. You said, oh boy, that's a terrible, terrible thing. So, the importance of the Bobby Lawrence show should not be discounted. There's good stuff in there. I'm going to use it. I appreciate it. But the question is, and my dilemma has been the whole time, do you want to live in a world where you get tricked? Or do you want to live in a fair, considerate, peaceful, moral society, a productive society? You know, I would like to live under God's law than the manipulative, tricky little word games. I'd rather live under God's law, nature's law. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Thank you.